Jordan Henderson's transfer to Al-Ettifaq was criticized by many because he'd been a big supporter of the LGBT community.
Yeah.
He gave an interview to The Athletic in which he explained his point of view about why he moved. And I think it's fair to say it's backfired.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no time for him. I won't lie. I don't rate him as a player, as you know. I don't like him trying to do this interview to justify his move to Saudi, saying it's not for the money. I didn't go for the money. I find even it confusing, to be fair, what he was saying. I find his answers far too long, not really well explained. The fact that he thought he was, certainly, I mean, I don't know if really the LGBTQ plus community felt that he was a spokesperson or he was, he was helping them out before. But I just thought the whole thing is an absolute joke.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do this, and first of all, I like the fact that he spoke when so many others did not, and so many others do not and never do. I fear the reaction is going to mean that they won't speak in future. He says he spoke to people in his circle, friends and family who are LGBTQ people. He said a bunch of things in there which were also, I thought, somewhat disturbing.
Yeah.
And I think from a PR point of view, whoever's advising him on a PR did a terrible job. Because if you send somebody in there, they have to be prepared. Even something like about his salary, there's a £700,000 a week figure that people keep citing for his salary. He says, oh, it's not that. It's nowhere near that. It's more than what I made at Liverpool. If you do that, why don't you go ahead? If you're going to bring up money, why don't you do something novel and interesting and tell us exactly how much it is? If you're going to say it's not, it doesn't come into it. It's the whole thing is. It was badly handled. I think it could have been better. I think he did have something valuable to say when he says, I'm not going to do it. I want to be respectful of the local culture. I get that. Yeah. I can respect that view. Nobody's forcing you to be a politician or a social campaigner, as I see it.
No. The Saudi transfer window closes today as we record the show on Thursday morning. Gab, they already have a net spend of more than 850 million euros. It's less than the Premier League, of course. But there's also the fact that La Liga, Serie A and the Bundesliga have positive net spending this window.
Yeah, so the Bundesliga has 5 straight years in which they've actually made money, and it's 293.3 million more that they took in than they as a league set out. Serie A is the first time they have a negative net spend since 2004. A positive net spend.
Yeah, positive, yeah.
And obviously La Liga as well, despite Bellingham. There's a number of reasons for it. I do have a column coming out where you can read more about it. But yeah, there's no question. The Premier League's financial dominance is enormous.
Yeah,
and that's
of course.
Despite all those, especially all the players that they sold to Saudi.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.